shadows where the stories rise. Gangsta's paradise where truth never lies. Tune in deep, feel the drama unfold. Real life tales, bold and untold. In the shadows where the stories rise. Gangsta's paradise where truth never lies. Tune in deep, feel the drama unfold. Real life tales.
What up, though, fam? Thank you. Thank you for joining me for this episode. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Truly. Today, I'm taking this journey straight to the East Coast, to a city that sometimes gets overshadowed, but has a story as deep and complex as any on the map. We're diving into the heart of New Jersey and a group simply known as the Family. We're really going to get to the essence of what Gangsta's Paradise felt like for a lot of folks in those times. The Family was founded in Newark, New Jersey in the early 1970s, and they ran straight through the 1980s, casting a long shadow over the city. At the head of this formidable organization was a gentleman named Akbar. Now, to understand the weight of the family, you got to look at the bigger picture. The Afro-Lineal Organized Crime Report, an official document, mind you, summarizes that New Jersey had a significant presence of African-American organized crime. And guess who's right there, at the top of that list, making headlines? You guessed it, the Family. Their influence wasn't just felt in the streets, it was recognized by the highest levels of law enforcement. Real quick, fam, before I jump deeper into this cautionary, yet absolutely fascinating tale, do me a solid. You know the drill. If you're enjoying the content and you're vibing with the stories we bring you, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single drop. Click the like button to show your support. And if you haven't already joined the fam, go ahead and subscribe. It really helped me keep bringing these stories to life. All right, appreciate that. Now, let's get to it. I actually had a chance to visit Newark once, and it's a trip. You realize real quick that it's just a hop, skip, and a jump from New York City. I mean, we're talking about approximately so close that they say, New York sneezes, Jersey catches the wind. Newark, New Jersey, is a city with rich tapestry of history, culture, and undeniable economic significance. From its historical roots tracing back hundreds of years to its modern-day contributions in arts, education, and transportation. Newark Liberty International Airport. Anyone? It continues to be a vibrant and absolutely essential part of the New York metropolitan area. It's a city of resilience, innovation, and a whole lot of soul. With that being said, like so many thriving things happening in metropolitan areas, there is an underbelly, a shadow world that operates just beneath the surface of everyday life. And according to numerous news reports, the DEA and folks who lived through it, the family was operating right on the front lines of that underbelly. At its height, Akbar Praise Group commanded a serious force, boasting about 300 members and associates. Think about that for a second. That's not just a crew, that's an army. That's an organization with structure, with reach, and with power. For some years, the family was considered to be so-called untouchable, and that's a title that's earned, usually through a combination of cunning, ruthlessness, and an uncanny ability to stay one step ahead. The boss never came close to the actual narcotics. He had lieutenants. He had layers of protection. He had buffers between himself and the product that could put him behind bars. He was leading the life of wealth and influence, living a dream that many aspired to, whether legitimately or not. I mean, let's be real. I think everybody knew, or at least highly suspected, that he was involved in drug dealing, given the opulence and the circles he moved in. Nonetheless, for a long time, he had not been brought to justice, so to speak. He was seemingly beyond the reach of the law. And that fam is where the true power of the family became evident. This wasn't some loosely organized street gang. This was a sophisticated network. The DEA classified at least 12 of the family's mid-level supervisors as Class 1 violators. Now, what does Class 1 violator mean in DEA terms? It's not just a fancy title. It's defined as someone who has the capability of distributing at least 50 kilos of cocaine on a monthly basis. monthly. And not only that, they must also manage at least 5 subordinate drug traffickers. Think about the sheer scale: 50 kilos of cocaine every single month, just from one mid-level supervisor. And they had at least 12 of those. That's an astronomical amount of product, a vast network of distributors, and a massive flow of cash. This wasn't just about moving drugs, this was about building an empire right there in the heart of Newark, New Jersey. The East Coast, for centuries, has been a gateway, a bustling hub of commerce, culture, and, for some, a ticket to far grander, far darker international connections. But beyond the iconic skylines and historic cobblestones lies a different kind of history, a history of power, ambition, and empires built in the shadows. Newark, New Jersey, specifically a small corner of Essex County. For many, it's just a dot on the map. But in the late 20th century, for one particular family, it became the undisputed launch pad. From these urban roots, they will allegedly forge a criminal enterprise stretching across states, breaking in millions, and rewriting the rules of the underworld. This wasn't some fly-by-night street coup. This family was well connected, embedded deep within the community, leveraging relationships that had been cultivated for generations. They were, by all accounts, highly organized, wealthy, and dangerous, and they represented something important that's often overlooked: the enduring power and sophistication of African American organized crime groups. The 1980s, a pivotal decade, the rise of crack cocaine transformed the drug trade, making it exponentially more lucrative and tragically more destructive. While much media attention gravitated elsewhere, there in cities like Newark, the landscape was being reshaped by a new class of kingpins and this black mafia family. They were allegedly the kings. They lived a life, high risk, high rewards. For many years, the family raked in millions. Their ventures started small, a local operation in Essex County, but their ambition knew no bounds. They expanded strategically, carving out territories and supply lines that stretched from the freezing winters of Michigan and Ohio down through the bustling streets of New York, all the way to the sun-soaked shores of southern Florida. This wasn't accidental. It was meticulous planning, sophisticated logistics, and brutal enforcement. It's intriguing, isn't it, how much focus we tend to place on certain organized crime groups, while others, just as powerful, just as dangerous, remain unexamined in popular culture. Among the criminal groups which truly deserve more attention than they have in the past are those of African ethnic background. Such Afro-lineal organized crime, composed exclusively or predominantly of persons of African ancestry, includes criminal syndicates of African Americans, Jamaicans, Nigerians, and others. These aren't isolated incidents or disorganized street gangs. Many are deeply entrenched, highly structured operations, much like the one we've been discussing in Newark. There's an erroneous stereotype that African ethnic groups lack the stability to organize, that they are not capable of structuring a syndicate of any real consequence. This narrative couldn't be further from the truth. The very existence and enduring success of groups like the Newark family fundamentally debunk that myth. Their sophisticated network, their ability to manage a multi-state operation, their discipline, it all points to a level of organization that is anything but unstable. So why the oversight? A large part of it comes down to resources. Law enforcement resources are limited, and they've historically been devoted to dealing with more family groups, those that receive greater media attention. Perhaps this is a crucial point, because these other groups were perceived to threaten suburban interests more directly. The narrative often shifted, creating a blind spot. The story of the Newark family is more than just a tale of drug trafficking and illicit millions. It's a testament to the complex, often hidden tapestry of organized crime in America. It's a reminder that power can rise from unexpected places, that wealth can be amassed by unconventional means, that the shadows hold more stories, more empires than we often realize. By understanding the full spectrum of these criminal enterprises, we gain a more complete and ultimately a more accurate picture of our world, the forces that shape it. Kings may have fallen, but their legacy and the lesson it offers endure.